Hi. Greetings. Hello.
Hi.
We're back. Again.
We're back. We're back.
We're back. We're here. We're,
Filled with rage. I am gonna go off today.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Would you like to talk about anything positive first?
There's some new tech stuff going on.
We're
That's
skipping.
positive.
We're skipping around today. Go ahead.
Before we talk about the elephant in the room. Well, solid state batteries have officially started hitting kind of testing phases.
Can you explain what those are again?
So, right now there's three different battery chemistries, right? So you have lead acid, which uses lead.
Otherwise known as LED batteries. Or is that the same as LED lights?
No.
No.
It's different.
Different than the light bulbs. Okay.
So I think it's FLA. I think it's the abbreviation. So it stands for flooded lead acid. So they have liquid in them. Normally you put water in, but you can also.
So, if you haven't noticed on our show, we talk a lot about mental health and our states of mind, good, bad, ugly, weird, whatever. And both of us have attributed a lot of our self-growth, I think, to using CBD. So, I mean, there was a big chunk of my young adult life not too long ago where I really, really just felt so out of my brain, just racing thoughts constantly, and I turned to CBD and it really stabled things out. Unbelievable. I'm no doctor, but it freaking worked. And I'll stand by it. I tell all my friends, like, try CBD, just give it a shot. You don't have to be scared. You're not going to get high from taking a gummy with no THC in it. So, I mean, CBD for life. I highly suggest giving them a try if you're having any, concerns about your mental health in the way of racing thoughts, anxiety, just strictly those two. Like I said, not a medical professional, but this stuff does work, and it made me feel really better, and it cleared things up and helped me figure out what I needed to do to even more improve my mental health. At least it got me to that state of mind. CBD for life. They have gummies, creams, roll-ons, and tinctures, like kind of everything typically you need to do CBD. Their prices are pretty decent. Everything pretty much ranges, all the popular stuff at least, from $20 to $40. Free shipping over $90 within the US. I mean, from what I can tell, they're looking pretty great compared to a lot of other brands. Sorry, guys. They have really good prices, and I mean, I won't say that I'm against Big Pharma. I'm going to say it a little bit. Just try other things first before you go to the hard stuff, like CBD. I know, preaching to the choir. So, enjoy, give it a try. Merry, happy holiday, hoobie buddy. Bye-bye.
So, what will happen is they tend to emit an actual acid, like battery acid, if they get corroded or they start getting crappy.
Okay.
Then you have AGM batteries, which stands for absorbed glass mat. So it actually uses fiberglass mat around the electrolytes, and it's all kind of packed in where that's, I guess, technically a solid state battery, so that's sealed. You don't have to add any liquids to it or worry about anything like that. Then you have lithium iron phosphate batteries, which have been a thing for...
Is that what we have?
Yes.
Okay.
Which have been a thing for... They've really started to take hold in the last couple years, but they've been around for a while. Different from lithium ion batteries, which is what is in our phones, and a lot of other smaller like electronic things. Also, electric vehicles run off of lithium-ion batteries.
Oh yes. Okay.
They're more volatile. They're not as stable.
What's volatile?
It means they can explode and burst into flames.
Okay.
And they don't like water. So, like, if any water gets into the cells, they will combust. Lithium iron phosphate, not so much. It's still not as stable as, like, a solid-state battery.
We have the one that doesn't like water on a boat.
But they're in complete... Well,
yes.
the cells can't be immersed, but all of lithium iron batteries are in, like, a completely, like, waterproof case.
Okay.
So water can't actually get into them unless it was like punctured or something like that.
Oh. Like in a car accident.
Yes.
Okay.
And
what's the where did we start?
We were talking about solid state batteries.
Solid state.
Sorry, my brain is fried today.
Both of ours.
So solid state batteries, as far as from what I've seen, are they use lithium, but it's a solid. So like there's no chemical, there's no liquids, there's no any sort of liquid part of it, like at all.
Okay, solid, hence the name.
And the thing with solid state batteries is what is the thing? I think it's weight. The weight per kilowatt is a lot less, even than like lithium iron phosphate batteries. Basically the cells are a lot smaller. So in like our battery, there's 3 different cell groups in each battery. I think it's 3 or 4 different cell groups in each battery that are then all connected together by a BMS. So I'm guessing solid state batteries are going to be the same way, but you'll be able to fit more cells in the same amount of space.
All right, why are these good smaller. For green?
They can hold more energy.
Hold more energy.
In a smaller form. Plus they charge faster.
Okay.
So like in testing, a solid state battery, I think it was like was it 100 amp hour or 200 amp hour battery? Could charge from 0 to 80% in like 20 minutes.
Wow.
So if you think of it in terms of like a battery pack for like an electric vehicle,
oh yeah,
instead of taking hours to charge from 0, you could get 80% charge in, they're theorizing, probably about half an hour.
Okay.
So like I think Toyota has started leaning more towards into solid state. They're claiming that their electric vehicles will get 600 miles of range on a full charge, which is about double of what you get now. I think most electric vehicles you only get like 200-300 miles of charge.
Go Toyota.
So yeah, they're claiming you could get about 600 miles of charge and be able to charge it to pretty much full in half an hour.
Go get some coffee, hook it up, and
go back.
Yeah.
Probably about the amount of time it would take to fill like a big diesel truck, because those take about 20-30 minutes usually, depending on pump speed.
So when will this happen?
They're saying probably not for a couple years. And it'll be commercial grade first, so more battery packs for like EVs and bigger machinery and ships and stuff like that. And then it'll take a couple years for the prices to go down enough to make it worth for consumers to actually purchase, and for it to make it worth it for companies to actually make like our kind of batteries. But they were saying maybe by 2027, 2028 the prices may come down, because right now they're just stupid expensive, like a couple $1,000s for like a solid state battery.
I hate supply and demand.
Yeah, which I mean that's part of it too, because there aren't a lot of companies making them right now. There's only like I think 4 or 5, and they're not really focusing on like the recreational aspect yet.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah, similar with like the what is it, the salt, the sodium iron phosphate or whatever batteries.
still...
I think they're still there. They just haven't been really talked about in the space recently.
No new developments.
So, leaning more and more towards feasible battery technology to make it more feasible to go electric.
Yeah.
Or a hybrid of the sort. Because you could easily do like a hybrid diesel electric boat, which some of the bigger boats, like people do that, where they have like...
Hi, so you guys know what I'm probably about to say about clothes. Well, Happy Earth. I mean, how many times do I have to say it? I can't stop because it's so great. All organic cotton, no polyester. They do sustainable practices in their factories. All of their factories and they're all run on solar energy, which is just the future. We're in the future, guys. So with our code, Third Eye Sailing, you now get 20% off your order. Like I've talked about before, they have activewear, which looks so cute. I want to try all of it. And everything just looks so cozy and comfy. I want to just get a basket of it all. And you choose every order. You can choose a cause. You can plant 15 trees. You can avert 150 pounds of carbon emissions, or you can choose to pick up a pound of trash with each order. I mean, the causes. So I hope you guys give it a try. We really like them. Of course, they align perfectly with what we're trying to do with this show. And get cozy. Fall is here. We are ready for the harvest time, and they have a lot of sales too. So go for it. Have fun on us. 20% off Third Eye Sailing. Thank you, Happy Earth.
Like a little diesel generator and then an electric motor.
So, people have asked me about generators. Like, we've heard generators around here. Where are people putting them? But where are they? Like, are they putting them on
Normally they're out in like a lazarette in the cockpit. That's like separated from everything. So like our port lazarette back there, the one over here is actually not isolated from the cabin because we have that little pass-through thing behind the microwave. But on some boats they have an actual lazarette that is completely separated from the cabin, and that's a lot of times where people will put a generator, and then the exhaust will basically be plumbed out the back. Oh. Similar to like when we do our diesel heater. It's going to be located in there, and the exhaust will be plumbed out the back. And we'll probably do something where we'll probably take that piece out, like that little swingy door thing that we have. Swingy door. Behind the microwave, there's like a chute almost.
Oh, okay.
But it's a lot of people like there's a shelf behind the chute, and a lot of people will set up a garbage can back there. So we'll have a garbage can, you'll have the chute, and you can just reach through and toss your trash in there. And then when you want to empty it, you can just go out in the lazarette and pull the bag out and empty it, instead of how we kind of have ours just behind the ladder. Okay. But some boats came with it, some boats didn't. So we'll probably take it out and just seal it before we do the diesel heater. Okay. Because then if there is a leak, we're not getting exhaust in the cabin
as easily. Just going to take a minute because we're drinking. We have to shout out to San Juan Brewery.
Yep.
We're drinking the Pilsner. Is it a special Pilsner?
No, it's the Czech Pilsner.
The Czech Pilsner. It's great.
It's so good.
If you're on the island or planning on coming to the island.
Or anywhere in Washington.
Because
I think they sell it at pretty much most stores.
And they're big. These are doubles.
Yeah, I think they're 16s.
And they get you fucked up. Well, that's great. Great green tech to start.
What else? There's one other thing. A U.S. firm has officially beat the record for the hottest fusion reactor.
I was just going to ask.
Within 24 hours. I think it was like 9... almost 1,000 degrees Kelvin or something, which is like the hottest we've ever been able to get a reactor.
Okay.
Before, so that's big.
Okay.
New stuff, new things.
Yay. Let me think. Oh well, let's go into a little orca update. I'm guessing a lot of people have heard already about the Penn Cove. They're coming back to Penn Cove.
Yeah, I think it made national news.
I think so. I kept seeing a lot more videos after you told me. So that's great. They were hunted in that area in the 70s and they hadn't returned, but now they're coming back.
I didn't feel comfortable enough to go back. And actually one of
and this is JK and L, or once.
This was
I feel like J was hunted more, but I'm guessing.
I feel like it was just K and L pod.
Okay.
That were in the cove. Or maybe it was J pod. All I know is they were saying that Toki's grandma led them back into Penn Cove.
Whoa.
Because that was like the main cove that they like rounded them all up in and captured them. So.
Oh wow! So some of them are still alive that have been there. Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Yeah, some of the older whales that were around back then.
The trauma is being released within the pod, and they are going back to their old places. Mm-hmm. So that's how many years was that?
70. Well, it was it was like what, 70, I think? 70, 71. So it was over over 50 years? God. Right? Because 1970 was 54 years ago? Right?
Sure. Math. Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm permanently stuck in the 2000 teens, so anything past 2012 is like, eh. I don't remember that we're in 2024. What is that number?
Almost 2025.
That's insane. That's not real.
It's not.
It's actually a conspiracy.
Well, I wouldn't say a conspiracy. I'd say it's a made up number.
Yeah. What?
AD.
What did Mom ask me on the phone this morning? She was like, Did you manifest this morning? I was like, I live in a state of manifesting.
I think we both do.
What a state to be in. So we'll save the ranting for the end. One more little thing here. 11/11. Maybe we should revisit that after we rant about the state of the world. What are we manifesting? We're manifesting a better future. It's already here. Mm-hmm. We just have to grasp it.
Yeah.
And get everybody on board to accept compassion and love as their guiding lights. Because that's what the world needs. That's what our country needs.
Not more hate.
Not more hate. Not worrying more about the gas prices than our next door neighbor. I understand that everybody is in their own little bubbles in some capacity. So many families are in survival mode constantly. But there has to be a line. You have to put good out to get good back to you.
Yeah, definitely.
So, fuck Trump. If you don't like what we have to say on this podcast, bye-bye. You don't need to be here. The fight isn't over.
No.
Like our Queen Kamala says. It's not over. And we just keep voting local as much as we can because it trickles up. And what do you have to say, Dustin, about it all?
I'm still shocked. Whether the conspiracy theories are true or not, we're not going to go into that. But just the fact, I guess, not realizing how hateful a lot of people in this country really are.
It's so easy to
and
not even notice it.
and I guess just how divided we really are in a way.
Like how much in the shadows people really are awful.
Yeah,
But then when
and-
they get the go ahead to be awful in the open, we see how.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think it's just one side's fault, to be perfectly honest. Because the media was biased, no matter.
Hey, Dustin.
Hi, Haley.
So we both have very long, luxurious locks as of late.
Yeah, we do.
Right?
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, they're long.
Your hair is longer than mine.
It is.
It's fine.
I think she's jealous.
What? What are we using to wash our hair lately?
C-Bar.
C-Bar?
C-Bar.
C-Bar is all locally made in Washington State. They are our favorite hair care brand. They have amazing scents, like we have Seafarer, Seabreeze, Sea Tree. Am I missing one? There might be a couple more in there.
No, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Well, they all smell amazing. I think our favorite is Seabreeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one we use.
It's got the coconutty. It's just really, really. It smells like candy.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool part about these is they're all travel friendly because they look like deodorants.
Yep.
Right. They're replaceable fill-in. They're bars. They're like circular bars, but
Yep.
they're replaceable.
Yeah, so the way it works is you buy your like shampoo or conditioner or both. You can get them in bundles, and then when you need more, you just buy a replacement one, which comes in, I think it's like a cardboard like packaging.
All eco-friendly packaging.
And for every sale, he picks up
a pound
of trash on like all the local beaches. So
amazing. So if you use our code Third Eye Sailing, that will help with the show and us and clean up the coasts of Washington State.
Yep.
So C-Bar/Third Eye Sailing, go for it. Thank you very much.
Links are on our website.
And you'll smell really good.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Which side you looked at, right? Like, you know, CNN and MSNBC and some of those, all they covered was the good stuff about her campaign. Not saying that her campaign sucked, but, you know, and then you had, you know, Fox News and all of like the right-wing media, you know, spreading so much misinformation about her campaign and what she was trying to do and policies and all that it's no wonder that they won. You know, where, you know, the more, I guess you could consider them left-leaning biased, like CNN, like MSNBC, you know, wasn't sugarcoating it. They weren't, you know, misinforming the people. It was left-leaning, but also like, hey, this is what's going on with Trump. Like, this is all of the things that he said, and his followers and all of like the people that he wants to put in office is what they've said. So it's just shocking to me how many people believe the fucking shit that they're shoveled. You know, and
Well, what did you say? 25% of the country is illiterate? What did you say?
I think it's 21%.
21%. So they don't
of the
read,
country
so they're just relying on
is
stuff.
completely illiterate. What is it? 41 million Americans don't read above a 6th grade level.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's not all southern states. Not
And
to point
not
fingers,
saying you
but
have to
yeah.
be a genius.
Yeah.
Not at all.
You don't need to be the sharpest crayon in the box to be able to kind of read between the lines of what he's pushing. And I think part of the problem with the campaign that Kamala ran is they didn't really seem to talk about the economy and like the day-to-day stuff. I mean, like they kind of did, But a lot of their campaign was kind of bashing Trump in a way. Like a lot of the stuff they put out, some of it was
So on
true,
both sides, they were doing
and some
that.
of it whatever. But like, you know, I think the misinformation that was spread about, you know, his economy and his plans and his whatever, and it's just, you know, and I think part of it is there's so much racism in this country that's like
Racism,
under, like
sexism.
just like under the rug, right?
Yeah.
And you really wouldn't think about it until, oh, we try to elect like a black female president into office, and all of a sudden it's no, like
Yeah. That's what a lot of people were saying. The only reason she lost was because she was a woman. Like, I don't know. Is it that many Democratic, mostly voting Democrats, they still don't think that a woman... I don't know.
I don't know. And I mean, like, you look at kind of like the exit polling and stuff, and it's still kind of all over the place. Like, it was, I mean, people of every race, gender, sexual orientation voted for Trump. Like, it wasn't just, you know, straight white people, you know, that voted for him. But it's also the fact of, like, well, why? You know, like, okay, maybe you didn't agree with all her policies. I didn't agree with all of Biden's, but I still voted for him over Trump. Like, we've already gone through 4 years of him being tame, and it kind of being a joke. Like, there's serious repercussions that may end up down the line, and I'm at the point now where people that voted for him for those reasons, like, you can spout the economy all you want. Like, that's, I don't know, the misinformation that those people were.
Hi, so you guys know what I'm probably about to say about clothes. Well, Happy Earth. I mean, how many times do I have to say it? I can't stop because it's so great. All organic cotton, no polyester. They do sustainable practices in their factories. All of their factories and they're all run on solar energy, which is just the future. We're in the future, guys. So with our code, Third Eye Sailing, you now get 20% off your order. Like I've talked about before, they have activewear, which looks so cute. I want to try all of it. And everything just looks so cozy and comfy. I want to just get a basket of it all. And I mean, you choose every order. You can choose a cause. You can plant 15 trees. You can avert 150 pounds of carbon emissions, or you can choose to pick up a pound of trash with each order. I mean, the causes. So I hope you guys give it a try. We really like them. Of course, they align perfectly with what we're trying to do with this show. And get cozy. Fall is here. We are ready for the harvest time, and they have a lot of sales too. So go for it. Have fun on us. 20% off Third Eye Sailing. Thank you.
Fed is wrong. But people that actually voted for him because they see him as their like glorious cult leader and he can do no wrong and whatever, you're gonna get what's coming to you, because now he actually has to lead and be a leader, and we're gonna see how miserable and shit he is
Again. But even more so this time.
Oh, even more so,
if nothing turns around,
because he's completely off the wagon this time. And if you don't count all of his failing, I mean, he's what, 78? 79? Something like that. He's, you know, up there in age. So.
And he already demonstrates being unhinged in countless amount of ways.
I mean, 91 felony counts he has against him. Not all of them convicted, but 91 felony counts between his 4 cases.
So that brings me to the what is happening. You know, this is one of my favorite things that we like to talk about, because it's just so, what is happening with our country, that gave it's a go ahead to say that that's okay.
Yeah.
And along with everything else that he said, it is so disturbing that the majority of people in this country think that that's okay.
And I think part of the problem, going along with that, what is happening, if he wasn't rich and he wasn't white, he would his ass
he
would have been in
wouldn't even
fucking
be
jail
here.
already.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's rich and the fact that he's kind of famous is the only reason that his ass isn't in jail. They had so many, like, he technically, on all those felonies, he should have been in prison waiting for a trial.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like, he fell asleep during half of his, like, New York trial. And even that's probably going to have to all get tossed because, I mean, the federal cases have already kind of been ramping down because the DOJ is like, just shut it down.
Yeah.
There's no point because he's going to pardon himself anyway of at least the federal crimes. The state crimes he can't.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I don't think anything's going to happen because they're too scared of what he'll do. I don't think what he'll do, what his base will do if he ends up in prison.
Yeah, because that's who we need to fucking be afraid of.
Behind bars. It's not him.
No,
It
it's these
realistically
crazy,
is not.
like, zealot
Yeah.
Christian nationalist, your favorite line.
Yeah. Well, half of them are.
I'm aware. And anybody that we know that's listening, if you know that if we love you. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
But anybody that is trying to force a belief on someone that doesn't want it, based solely on a subjective belief, it needs to stop.
Yeah.
Right. Religion is not universal law.
Yeah. And you can practice whatever religion you want. That's the point of being in America is
yes.
We don't have a universal religion.
And you know what? If we lose that down the road because of this incident, this election,
I could really see them trying to push to, like, I mean, there's the scary side of this that some people aren't quite understanding of the things that he said that he wants to do, and
because that side will say that he never said that.
Yeah.
Half of them.
Oh, that's all fake news. That's all. That's. Oh, they're putting words in his mouth. Okay, live on like national TV rallies where he said this stuff. Like, come on.
And just like the other the things that he is inspiring, the your body, my choice.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Fucking shit.
That's awful. And I will fight it with every fiber that I have to make sure that no one I know or me will ever have to be subject to anything in relation to that situation.
Yeah, because that's just completely disgusting and just.
We live in a free fucking country.
Yeah.
For everyone. It's not perfect. It's not. And it's always going to be a work in progress. But we can't step backwards as much as some people want to. The Make America Great Again. What do you mean? We live in a great, free country.
Yeah.
What do you want to go back to? Where people were, pedaling on the streets,
the 40s and 50s,
and living and doing factory things constantly. Women had no rights at all. I think they do want that.
They
because
do.
The women that want
do.
that, they want to be kept. They don't want any kind of power. They want to sit back and live their dismal life and make no ripple at all. And you know what? If you want to live that life, you go for it, really. Yeah. But you can't expect everybody else to want to do that.
Yeah. And I know what's going to happen next couple weeks. I mean, once he is elected and actually, sworn in, I have a feeling by middle of next year, all these Republicans, all these people that voted for him are going to get pissed because all of his promises are not going to be kept. If he does, great. Supposedly his, golden age of America or whatever that he was spouting, you know.
And we're allowed to be hopeful that things will be good, but still not agree with what he said.
Oh, yeah.
I hope that he helps the economy.
And does basically like what he promised. Like he has all the power. He's got all three branches of government. He can do basically whatever he wants. So it wouldn't be that hard for him to, fix it. It's just I guess we just can't get our hopes up, and people that fear the worst, I guess don't stop saying it. We need to hold them accountable for everything that happens for the next 4 years. None of it is our fault. We did our civic
if you
duty.
voted, you're allowed to bitch and moan.
Yeah.
Like you are, but if you voted in the person that is not doing good for the rest of us, then should you really complain?
No.
Probably.
You have no right to.
Be mindful of who you're fucking complaining to.
Yeah.
I guess is the yeah.
Yeah, because most of us are just gonna laugh at you and be like, "Well, I told you so," or "We told you so." Like,
yeah, it's gonna be a ride.
So for people, if there's people that listen in other countries, buckle up.
Buckle in. Get ready.
I just think because I think it's on one hand it's going to be a shit show, and it's going to be kind of funny to watch. But on the other hand, it's going to be scary because
we're living it.
We're living it, and we're one of the biggest countries in the world. So whatever happens in our economy and our country affects everybody. Like, it's not just us.
And that isn't
like they're
egotistical.
Yeah.
That's just like a fact.
Like there's going to be global ramifications from this. And whether that's good or bad has yet to be seen. But it's, it may get not great. And I'm hoping people listening that are like, well, we can't, do anything anymore. Like, it's done. Like, this isn't the time to give up.
Yeah.
And put your head in the sand for the next 4 years. Or run away.
Even though it would be so much easier.
Oh, I wish we could. But I think turning a blind eye to it will only make things worse.
Mm-hmm.
And,
you have to keep fighting, like
Yeah.
I just said, even if you think it's futile.
Yeah, and, I'm not saying all of us take up arms against the
No,
government.
no.
And no, we're not saying that. But there's so much, you got to take care of, your local places first. And that can kind of trickle up, but you just kind of just take care of yourself. And if you feel like you need to leave, then leave. But I feel like there's something worth fighting for. I mean, this country was built on revolution, so
Yep. That's why I said when you asked me time period, where would you go? I would pick the American Revolution because damn, what a fight for freedom that must have been.
And we defeated one tyrannical monarch. I think we can defeat one in our own country.
Yeah.
If it comes to that. And we have checks and balances in place for this very reason. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like he's our overlord supreme leader like on day one, even though he's gonna try. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's checks and balances for a reason, which is why we put them in place.
Yeah. Yep.
So, it's not going to be a great 4 years. I'm not saying it's going to be all rainbows and sunshine, because it's not going to be great. But, here's hoping that it's not horrible. And if it does get bad enough that, like, maybe the actual government or people or whatever will,
Uprise.
At least stand up and be like, no.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we were built on, too.
Yeah.
We're entitled to do that. That's part of the stipulations of being a citizen.
That's one of the
here.
reasons we have the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Like, literally in the Constitution. One of the reasons to have that is to overthrow a tyrannical government.
I still don't think a bunch of guns would do much toward them if the military was against us, but
Yeah.
something. It would. I think it would be. I think it would be a cyber.
Oh,
I think all the
it's-
Greens would get together.
I think it's definitely going to be a different type of revolution. It's not going to be stand arm in arm with your neighbors firing on the enemy. It's going to be one from keyboards and laptops and, you know, in the shadows.
Greens.
And, you
calling
know,
all Greens.
And one of the you know, creators that I follow on TikTok was like, you know, if it gets bad enough, maybe it's time to go old school. Right? If they really take control of the internet and they take control of social media and they, you know, take control of everything, well, you know, maybe it's time to start having, like, secret society meetings, like, in person and start to, like with newsletters and, like, mailing letters and start, like, sending stuff through the mail and go old school of, like, not using electronic means to contact each other.
Whoa.
And, you know,
oh, I'm getting chills.
It's just I mean, if it comes to that, it comes to that.
We have
we
ways.
will gladly set up a newsletter and do whatever. I mean, you know, if that's what it's going to take, it's what it's going to take.
This right here, what we're doing is a privilege, and we intend to keep that privilege.
Yeah.
Along with every other content creator out there. I mean, anyone who's trying to make their voice heard, especially for fucking good of humanity. Yeah.
Yeah, because...
Hello? Hello?
The fuck was that?
Fireworks? Cannons?
I don't know.
I don't know if you heard that. We're not under attack. I don't think.
No, it was... It's like something crashing into a dock.
Okay, well, if you're gonna...
Like a boat or something. Anyway,
I mean, that's kind of the most ranting we can do about it for now.
Yeah.
I think. But tomorrow is a new day, just like every day is. And, you know, you're still allowed to be sad about it, but there comes a time to activate.
Mm-hmm.
But we're here, and nobody can take that away from us.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
11/11, manifest a better future. And it's already here. We just gotta grab it. Thanks, guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.